Hi everyone, it's good to see you again. Quality control can be a headache for many things. Sometimes it can be as hard as cooking for the right amount of time to make good scrambled eggs, which is something I haven't achieved yet, unfortunately. For crowdsourcing translation, it can be much trickier. Now, Localizer site notes will provide you with some of the best practices for better quality. Quality control should be carried out throughout the project, which requires preparation beforehand, seamless collaboration during translation, and continuous attention after translation. We will start from the preparation. You need someone who knows something about this and can do it with some tools. Before everything, you need to figure out what content needs to be translated, who can be the translators of this content, what are your expectations, what are the procedures of a complete translation job. The essential needs are tightly associated with every step of the way. Last time, we talked about the importance of the right crowd base to ensure the quantity of a crowdsourcing project. To select the right crowd for translation of good quality, in addition to the user's experience with the product and service, their native language, experience with translation and localization, or recommendation by other professionals can be trustworthy evidence of their capability. You can also have a simple test to decide whether someone is suitable for this project. The vetting process and standards depend on how important and accurate the translated content is needed to be. The more important it is, the more inclusive the crowd is. When people are on board, it does not necessarily mean that they can produce what you want. You might need to specify the expectations of translation. Style guides, translation examples, or translation memory, or term bases are all very helpful assets to make sure that there will be more consistency and fewer mistakes. This linguistic training shouldn't be complicated. Put it in simple terms that people can directly practice. There's a saying in China that without rice, even the cleverest housewife cannot cook. It shows us that equipment is also necessary. A crowdsourcing translation project needs to find the most suitable tool. You can either create one of your own, like Mozilla has done with Fluent, or use some free tools to serve as a medium. Existing mature CAT tools might not be a good idea, as to use them usually requires some professional training. Preferably, the tool is online and allows microtasking. User-friendliness is critical as well, so that it won't be so painful and confusing for people to use who are already generous enough to contribute their time. Inclusion of context for the source content is a plus, especially for languages or texts that are heavily dependent on context for spellings or meanings. And of course, more than linguistic training, the people recruited also need to learn how to use the tool more efficiently. Once the project is started, it will be something of a large scale, and there are many things that can be done to ensure the quality. Automatic QA checks can be of great help. If you're worried about foul language, you may also create a blacklist to filter the content that is not wanted for a specific situation. Make it easier for people to match existing TM. Automatic TM lookups or matches can save everyone's energy. Some companies would adopt machine translation and allow people to post-edit the content. This can also help reduce the time cost, but not all the time. Effective communication is essential. When people have questions or suggestions, they need some channels to talk to the managing team. Set up a channel where people can access freely to address issues they have. More importantly, constantly respond to them. A question is better to be answered at the beginning than to cause more troubles when the translation is finished. More than simply contributing their own translation, the crowd can also be trusted with the power to decide which translation is better. A simple voting system is a selection beforehand and can potentially save a lot of efforts in QA stage after that. The voting system can be as simple as per vote per person, or combined with encouragement for people. Votes from community members with more experience or more adopted translation can have more weight than others. This is how they know they're valued. After the translation is done, it is natural to review it. Professional review is always a go-to, but sometimes peer review can be very good as well. Remember, an in-context review might result in better quality, especially when the length of a string should be limited. Giving feedback is not only a way to engage the community members, but also a way to improve the translation itself. When someone can see how their translation is improved, next time the same problem might not happen again. If someone receives rewards for high-quality translation, they will be more encouraged to keep the same quality, if not do better than this. Quality control is never-ending, and it's never too late to set up new rules or tools to guarantee better results. The most important thing is think ahead and be prepared, or react in time to any problems that may occur. If wisely used, the crowd can achieve something amazing.